G'day, Dr. Nick here again, and today I would like to talk to you about what is good sleep. And a lot of people that I've met over the years will quite happily say that 6 hours sleep is just fine, and I don't argue with anyone on that one, but I could quite easily with graphs show you that that doesn't always work too well on 6 hours. But anyway, let's first establish what is good sleep. I would consider good sleep would be going to bed at the right time, getting straight to sleep without having to worry or think or spend a long time tossing and turning. I also think a good sleep is sleeping right through the night, getting your 7.5, 8 hours, and then waking up a couple of minutes before the alarm would be, in my mind, an absolute perfect sleep. Would you love to do that? Because a lot of people do, but a lot of people don't. And I am here to show you and help you over the next quite a few sessions of how to do just that. So I talk about this in the next session on sleep hygiene, all about sleep timing and things like that. But let's first establish what is the right number of hours of sleep. And there's been a lot of conjecture about this over the years. And again, I think probably the easiest way to find out how much sleep you need is to take a holiday and go to a place that's not too noisy and it's very conducive to sleep, and see how much sleep you get on most nights. Obviously, if you've got little children and things like that on hand, then that's not the experiment that I'm talking about. The best natural way to find out how you naturally sleep would be to go camping in a very quiet and remote area, and do that for 4 or 5 days in a row without drinking too much alcohol, of course. And you'll find that after a while, after 3 or 4 days, you'll start feeling absolutely awesome in the mornings. You've probably spent the first few nights catching up on lost sleep opportunities from previous nights. But then you'll start to level out after 3 or 4 days, and the brain will go, well, this is all the sleep I need. I'll wake you up in the morning and off you go. And you'll probably find that if you do it that way, that around 7.5 hours is a pretty damn good number. And as I said at the start, a lot of people say, oh no, I'm okay with 6 hours. And yeah, you'll get no argument, but I can say that those people in the afternoons will usually start dropping off about 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Now, the normal human circadian rhythm, circadian meaning circular of the day, shows that around 1 o'clock you get a slight drop in core body temperature. And this is lining you up with one of the lowest points of your circadian low points. Now, if you've had 7.5 to 8 hours sleep for the last 2 or 3 nights in a row, you'll get to 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. You won't even notice that bit of a low point. But here's the thing. If you got 6 hours sleep last night and or the night before, you'll notice it, all right? Because if you're sitting down and if you're driving, especially long distance, you'll notice that your brain is trying to get you to go to sleep. Why is it doing that? Well, it wants to catch up on the sleep that you needed, but didn't think you needed. So that's a good way of telling whether your sleep is enough and whether it's adequate for what you do. So I hope that this is useful. Please feel free to come back to me with comments and feedback on this information. My website, just on the right hand side of me, if you go to my website, free posters, you can sign up for newsletters, And you can send me emails with any feedback or information, or you can ask questions, including what you would like to see me present on this great big series that I'm going to do. And don't forget, this will all be included in my book, which is hopefully out either at the end of this year or at the start of 2022. Have a fantastic day, and I'll speak to you again soon.